What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Alison Moyet. We're going to conclude the album Hoodoo. Once again, shout out to Seb. But the folder he shared doesn't just have the regular album, it has a few remixes and extended versions, as well as an additional tune called Come Back Home. So yeah, it's not actually the end of this journey through the album. Nevertheless, the last track on the proper album is Find Me, which sounds like a request, an entreaty, a demand, some form of interaction with another person. Now, to ask someone to find you is a bit of an interesting request because ultimately you would normally know where you are. Now, of course, you can be lost, you can be in a place you're unfamiliar with, you can speak to someone over the phone and tell them to try to find you. But I suspect maybe more we're talking about finding someone emotionally or psychologically. Someone feels lost or disillusioned or otherwise out of it, so to speak, and therefore requesting that someone find you might be an entreaty for them to pull you back into the familiar, into the known, into a more acceptable set of circumstances. So I'm not quite sure what to make of it, but I'll see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Alison Moyet. The track is Find Me, and it's the last tune on the standard version of her album Hoodoo, 1991.
Is your heart so heavy that it weighs you down? So all you have is time. Don't turn away. We have both seen darker days, and there's always a light that shines. Do you feel like all your hopes are a long way gone? Does it seem like every round only takes you down to the shot you are? Don't be afraid of what they say. Throw back your head and cry when you need somebody. Find me there. When you're feeling empty, I'll be there. Find me. When you're feeling weary, when now peace of mind, and the tone of your voice is hollow. You're home to a stranger that won't be long, and there's no one else to follow. Do you feel like no way? I know there's no better way. Does it seem like nobody hears a word you say, and they shut you out? Where does it say that a man ain't a right?
deep bass standing out at the end there. We're still doing vocal flourishes. I always lament a fade when there's unique vocal extensions or flourishes taking place beyond just the regular recycling of the chorus or an interlude that sort of goes on into the horizon. So I don't mind a fade. I've learned to appreciate that there are better and worse fades, whereas when I began doing music reactions, it's something I always was typically critical of. In any case, the vocals, incredible. Obviously, there's a bit of a soul meets gospel sound to the whole thing. The organ, very intense, very dramatic and powerful chords. There was some brass in there in the latter stages, I want to say. The whole thing has this uplifting choir, gospel, church type of feel to it, and as I was thinking in advance, the idea of feeling emotionally lost or indeed empty and needing to be found, it was present in the tune, but it was from the other direction, right? It's like, if you're lost, if you feel empty, find me, because I will resurrect you. I will reinstill the vitality into you. I'll help you. I'll stand right beside you, as she says. So yes, it was essentially the sentiment I was thinking of, but from the opposite perspective. And yeah, a very beautiful tune, a powerful vocal performance, not only from Alison, but I feel like of the backing singers, there was a male lead backing singer, if that makes sense. And there were a couple moments where I heard his voice burning really hot too, so definitely a powerful and passionate, indeed, uplifting type of vocal performance. So yeah, the last song of the album essentially took you to church, so to speak. I am curious about the additional tune in the folder, Come Back Home, because on some level it sounds like a sentiment that ends up being similar to what I heard here. Nevertheless, yeah, just a really heartwarming type of tune, and one that leaves you, as the record ends, with a very positive, uplifted feeling, so can't complain there. Obviously, this is very different from Yazoo Alison, or even the earliest solo Alison that I heard, which, had more of an 80s synth sound, and this is very far away from that, so I always enjoy when artists have a diverse body of work, even over a short period of time, so shout out to her. Let me know what you think. Thank you again to Seb for sharing, and I will see you next time. Peace.